I make the red visible, I can't see the green.
I can't really see it from here, and the banner is covering up over there, so. How's your best?
Doing your best.
9:43, I think it says. 8:43.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I could kind of see it from over there before they set up.
I might. Yeah, that's it.
If you've ever dreamed of a career in the sports production industry, your dream could come true. The Ohio Media School is enrolling their next sports emphasis class soon. You'll learn about all the different aspects of what goes into the broadcast that you watch or listen to. Go from behind the scenes to the front of the camera. You'll also get hands-on opportunities to practice your skills through the Score On Air network. Call the Ohio Media School at 614-655-5250 or visit beonair.com/Columbus.
Have you always dreamed about a career in sports broadcasting but aren't sure where to begin? Well, if so, then look no further than the Sports Emphasis program at the Ohio Media School. Whether in front of the camera, on the microphone, or behind the scenes, you'll learn from a pro to be a pro in the Sports Emphasis program at the Ohio Media School. You'll get hands-on training and live in-the-field experience at some of Ohio's biggest sporting events. You'll be the star of your very own webcast, and you'll get the opportunity to interview some of Ohio's biggest athletes. Call us today at 614-655-5250 or visit our website at beonair.com.
An unlimited connection to others, and a platform for you. Social media is where you can thrive. If you have a passion for media, either on camera or behind the scenes, Ohio Media School can change your life in just 8 short months. Learn from the pros and get the skills you need. Start creating engaging social media content about what you want. You can get paid to create. It starts by visiting beonair.com. Call Ohio Media School Columbus at 614-723-9675. Can you see yourself working on TV, radio, or social media? As media professionals, we make our voice heard. Call the Ohio Media School and be a part of something bigger than you and me. You'll train and get the skills you need to work in TV, radio, social media, film, and much more.
I graduated and now am working as a director of marketing at a local radio station. My future is set.
Call the Ohio Media School now and be a part of something bigger. 614-723-9675. 614-723-9675.
The following is a broadcast produced and starring students from the Ohio Media School's Columbus campus and their sports program, Score on Air.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Grove City High School. Here we have tonight Grove City High School taking on the Central Crossing Comets. I'm Will Ward alongside Zach Fleer. Zach, how are you doing tonight?
Doing well. Excited for this rivalry matchup here. Two teams that don't like each other, so it's going to be a good one tonight.
Going to step aside real quick for the national anthem. That's the rendition of the national anthem. The crowd is ready, pumped, set, ready to go. And Zach, you said already, these two teams, they don't really care too much for each other.
No, not at all. These are district rivals in the Southwestern City School District. I know some people think that it's Southwest and then Grove City has their own district, but that's a different conversation for a different day. But these two teams, southwest side of Columbus, Grove City area, a lot of these kids grew up playing with and against each other, so there's a lot of familiarity here. And Central Crossing hasn't beaten Grove City since 2010 when I was in high school, so it's been a long time. And I know the Comets, this is the best start to the season they've had in a long time, so they're ready to go tonight. And Grove City's looking to bounce back. They picked up a big win on Friday night against New Albany, so they're looking to make it 2 in a row here tonight.
Central Crossing coming in, the visitors at 7-7. The home team, Grove City, coming in at 7-9. And as you can hear, as they're getting ready for the starting lineups for Central Crossing, this crowd is pumped. They're ready to go. It's going to be a battle from the beginning to the end. We're definitely going to be in for one great basketball game on a Tuesday night. You have 270 Hoops teaming up with Score on Air. What more could you ask for, Zach?
You can't. I mean, me being a Central Crossing graduate, growing up on this side of town, this is great to see, especially this gym being filled with what COVID did to last year, not having big crowds. This is awesome for these kids and for these programs and for the community too, to seeing students back out supporting their classmates and, cheering on this big game. And this is, honestly, for both these teams, this is an important game. We're only a couple weeks away from the district tournament draw, so they both need a non-conference win kind of like this. I think it's even more important for Central Crossing because they are 7-7, but 6 of those 7 wins have been by single digits. They're 5 or 6 points away from being, maybe 2-12 versus 7-7. And Grove City on the opposite side, they've won 6 of their 7 games by double digits. So they're a little up and down. They either win big or they lose big. There's really no in between for them. So we'll see what version of Grove City we get tonight as well.
We're going to give you the starting lineups here real quick. For Central Crossing, you have Joey Taylor. You have Marquise Loring. Keep an eye out for Isaiah Bridges, number 10, who's averaging 9 points a game, 108 points on the season. Also, Sean McGee is their leading scorer with 217 points on the season, 15.5 averaging on the season. You've got Anthony Coleman. It's going to be number 24 tonight. And for Grove City, you have Kevin Gallagher, Graydon Hutchinson. Daniel Fetty is the guy to watch for Grove City, who's 175 points coming into this game, averaging 11.7 on the season. Have Campton Williams, number 23, and also Craig Gilbert, number 33. That's going to be for the Grove City Greyhounds.
Grove City's got a big front court there between Williams and Gilbert, both about 6'5", 6'6". Gilbert's a really good sophomore prospect. Continues to get better, and for Grove City, they've been a team. They've had a lot of guards recently. They haven't had much size, so this is a new, personnel group for them with those two bigs in the front court, and especially Gilbert. He's got a lot of ability at 6'7". Very intriguing prospect. And Central Crossing is going to need Isaiah Bridges to play a big-time game. When he's rolling, they're rolling. When he struggles, they seem to struggle, so they kind of follow his energy. Sean McGee's an even kill guy. You get the same type of version from him every night, so let's get ready to go and see what we get tonight.
And just like that, we're underway here at Grove City with Central Crossing taking the opening tip. Swinging the ball around early. The fans are louder than ever, ready and pumped up to fuel these players that's on the court. Early drive. Shot up and no good. It's going to be out of bounds. It's going to stay with Central Crossing. Matter of fact, change that up. Referee had a change of thought, change of heart. The ball is going to be in the hands of Grove City. It's tipped out of bounds by McGee. Ball's going to be brought up court by Gallagher. See if they can get the first open three-point shot. It's knocked down by who else? Daniel Fetty.
Fetty can do that. He's got a strap from the perimeter. Him and Hutchinson both are kind of their scoring guards, and then Gallagher's a sophomore, sets the tone. And there's a turnover for Central Crossing. They got to limit those because this is a team, they don't score much. They average 46 points per game, so they have to value every single possession. Grove City, they're a little opposite. They average 60 points per game. They've scored as many as 86 in the game, so they can fill it up. For Central Crossing, they got to slow this game down, value each possession, and not turn the ball over like they just did.
Each possession is crucial as we see them try to tip it out of bounds, but the ball is going to be in the hands of Central Crossing. As McGee brings the ball up court, looking to set up the offense. Ball's in the hands of Bridges. With a quick drive by McGee. Not today, says Mr. Gilbert. Ball being brought back up court. Another wide open three by Hutchinson. And the knockdown tray to start this game off with a 6-0 run by the Greyhounds. First shot attempt by McGee. That shot is off. Ball's going to be off of the leg of Central Crossing. It's going to be possession Greyhounds.
It's a great start for Grove City. They're playing with a lot of intensity, a lot of confidence. Those first two shots going in. Central Crossing, again, this is a program they've never won a tournament game. They haven't ever really gotten over the hump. So if they can win a game like this in a hostile environment, it'll go a long way. But an 8-0 start, you could draw up much better starts than that, so they're going to have to rebound quickly.
They got it down low in the paint to Gilbert, and he knew what to do with it once he got it ball in his hands. See if Central Crossing can get any type of offense. They've been down 3 times and haven't got any points. An 8-0 run is not how the coach drew it up and started. With another botched layup, ball's going to stay with Central Crossing.
And the Comets are dealing with, a shortage here of players. Their second leading scorer, Chance Woods, is out with mono for maybe the rest of the season, so losing him's a big loss for this team, and they got to see who can else bounce back. There's Daniel Fetty, another 3, and this is a heck of a start for Grove City. 11-0 run for the Greyhounds. Central Crossing needs a timeout. Grove City's hot to start this game off.
And as expected, you got the timeout. Somebody get the fire extinguishers out. These boys in Grove City are on fire. (11-0) Grove City on top. Still a whole entire game to play. Will Central Crossing show up to this game?
Comets need something. I mean, they got to bounce back quickly. Offensively, though, it's going to be difficult because, again, this team, they don't average many. 46 points per game, giving up about 48. Grove City is almost a quarter of the way there in only 2.5 minutes. So,
well, let's see what the coach for Central Crossing has drawn up coming out of this timeout. It's important that they get on the scoreboard on this possession, just for a mental boost. Ball being swung around, looking for the open man. Drive up. Once again, coming up empty-handed. Grove City pushing it back up court with a quick pass down to Gilbert. Couldn't finish that one, but he's back scrappy on the boards and kicks it back out to Hutchinson again, who missed that three. It's going to be a foul on the floor, offensive foul.
Grove City finally missed and made their first 4 shots to start this game. They missed 2 there, but they got an offensive rebound, which gave them another opportunity. There's a lot I think Central Crossing is going to have to do. 1, to get back in this game, and 2, to win it. They got to make shots, but they also, they cannot give up any second chance opportunities because Grove City's got enough scoring where they can take advantage of those most times.
Second chance opportunity is always big, whether it's on the turnover end, whether it's on the rebounding. That's always important to who comes out victorious in the game. So you definitely, like you said, want to limit those chances of them getting anything that's extra. And McGee's going to step out of bounds and give the ball back to Grove City. This crowd is definitely fueling the home Greyhounds. Central Crossing has to do something to slow the momentum down of Grove City and to quiet this crowd down. Ball being swung around. Backing down in the paint is Gilbert once again. Double team. 2-on-1 and it paid off, but tip drill. Those are opportunities you don't want to keep giving Grove City at this moment.
Really like the play of Craig Gilbert on the inside. Again, he's just so impactful, about 6'7", gets his hands on everything. As we've seen, he can finish on the interior.
Some hustle there.
Anthony Coleman, that's what he does. That he's not the most talented player, but he's always going to give his best effort. And that's a kid. I just love how hard he plays, how hard he works. You need guys like that to win games, but you also need guys to step up. So we'll see who else can, handle some scoring load for Central Crossing, because if it's going to be just Sean McGee, they're going to struggle tonight.
What a quick shot by Gallagher. Another three-point knockdown by the Grove City Greyhounds. Here we are with McGee again, looking to have some type of offense as he forces it inside. Basket is going to be no good. It's going to be a foul on the ground.
We got 14-0 here, 3:29 to go in the first quarter. Grove City is just coming all out on Central Crossing. They've made 4 3-point field goals already. They're shooting with confidence. They're playing tough physical defense. This is looking like a team that plays in the OCC Ohio. That's a very difficult division. You got to go up against teams, like Gahanna, or OCC Ohio, Gahanna, Westerville Central, Pickerington North, New Albany. It's a tough league, and they're clearly battle-tested.
Pretty sure all those hard battles are going to come into play right now. The practice and preparation that they have for this game. Central Crossing is definitely going to need some type of spark. Besides McGee, who else can you see bringing up the offensive production here in this game?
I would like to see them play Ethan Alcantara off the bench. He's a junior point guard, can give them a boost as far as playmaking ability and defense. This is a team, outside of Sean McGee, they really don't have another ball handler on the court right now, and they struggle with pressure. That's been one thing that they've really, dealt with all season long is, adjusting to tight pressure, and Grove City is looking to full court press and make them uncomfortable. There's another three. It knocks it
Another
down.
corner shot is Kevin Gallagher. You have 2 threes by Gallagher, 2 threes by Fetty. And it's that corner three-point shot that's seeming to be wide open each and every time. A hand down is going to be a man down. And another three-point basket made by Grove City to give them an early 17-0 lead. The crowd is asking for defense, and you seemingly have that in a man-to-man. A step-back three-pointer by McGee, and finally,
They needed that badly. It felt like there was a lid on the basket there for them early on. That's Sean McGee's first made bucket of the game, first bucket for Central Crossing. And that's the second foul on Joey Taylor. He'll likely have to come out. Ethan Alcantara looks like he's stepping in for the Comets. So we'll see if he can provide a boost for them. Again, for a team that averages 46 points per game, going down 17 points in the first quarter is not ideal. So we'll see if this team can rebound because, again, they've won 6 of their 7 games by double digits. They need to play in those tight games. They really haven't blown anybody out. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case here tonight with this hot start for Grove City.
One possession at a time is usually what they say to chop back into a lead like this. Down 2 touchdowns early. The Comets have to continue to get stops on defense first. A man in the corner each and every time down the court they've had. So you would think the coaches have to see that and make some kind of defensive, as you see, getting down on the floor. It's Hutchison.
Marquise Loring there.
Taylor,
First
Loring.
in the turnover for Central Crossing. There's an open 3 for Luke White. No good. That would have been a big shot for Central Crossing. Keegan Holmstrom bringing the ball up the court. One of the best baseball prospects in the state.
This crowd is ready to explode with each and every shot that's taken by the Greyhounds right now. The Comets definitely are in need of more baskets on every possession. You see McGee trying to set him up. Loring takes the ball out, looking to pass, looking for an open man. Greyhounds playing stifling defense, keeping the Comets at bay outside of the paint. Another turnover.
If he can't come back, that's going to be a big loss for them because play very hard. That's a guy, I think he's got to get more minutes for some turnovers. Those are going to be the key. When you are trailing like this, you can't have any slippage if you want to get back.
Anthony Coleman knocks the first basket down for Central Crossing. Floater, no good. Second attempt, no good. Ball back in the hands of McGee. Nerves are seeming to be calming down from Central Crossing. Maybe a little bit of...
It's for him already. He is coming out hot, and that's a guy who can do this. When he gets rolling, this guard trio really for Grove City's tough to stop. So they'll be shooting free throws the rest of the way out. So I'd encourage the Comets to keep being aggressive, keep going to the basket, see if you can continue to get some trips to the free throw line. You just got to knock them down when you get there.
My name's Julian Jackson.
If you've ever dreamed of a career in the sports production industry, your dream could come true. The Ohio Media School is enrolling their next sports emphasis class soon. You'll learn about all the different aspects of what goes into the broadcast that you watch or listen to. Go from behind the scenes to the front of the camera. You'll also get hands-on opportunities to practice your skills through the Score On Air network. Call the Ohio Media School at 614-655-5250 or visit beonair.com/Columbus.
Have you always dreamed about a career in sports broadcasting but aren't sure where to begin? Well, if so, then look no further than the Sports Emphasis program at the Ohio Media School. Whether in front of the camera, on the microphone, or behind the scenes, you'll learn from a pro to be a pro in the Sports Emphasis program at the Ohio Media School. You'll get hands-on training and live in-the-field experience at some of Ohio's biggest sporting events. You'll be the star of your very own webcast, and you'll get the opportunity to interview some of Ohio's biggest athletes. Call us today at 614-655-5250 or visit our website at beonair.com.
An unlimited connection to others, and a platform for you. Social media is where you can thrive. If you have a passion for media, either on camera or behind the scenes, Ohio Media School can change your life in just 8 short months. Learn from the pros and get the skills you need. Start creating engaging social media content about what you want. You can get paid to create. It starts by visiting beonair.com. Call Ohio Media School Columbus at 614-723-9675. Can you see yourself working on TV, radio, or social media? As media professionals, we make our voice heard. Call the Ohio Media School and be a part of something bigger than you and me. You'll train and get the skills you need to work in TV, radio, social media, film, and much more.
I graduated and now am working as a director of marketing at a local radio station. My future is set.
Call the Ohio Media School now and be a part of something bigger. 614-723-9675. 614-723-9675.
And we're back here at Grove City High School. I'm Will Ward alongside Zach Fleer, 270 Hoops, and Score On Air for Tuesday Night Hoops, where we have the Grove City Greyhounds on top of Central Crossing right now, 32-17. Zach, Grove City came out to a very hot start, an early lead that they had. Central Crossing has to do something on the defensive side to slow this offensive production down of Grove City. What do you think they can do in this second half to get back into this lead?
They got to box out. They got to get defensive rebounds. They got to take care of the ball. They just got to do everything better than they did in the first half. That first half was very rough for them. And we'll see if Grove City can stay hot from the perimeter. You know, they made 8 threes in that first half, on pace for 16 for the game. So if they shoot like that again, there's just no chance Central Crossing can score with these guys. Because the comments are, there's an opening possession turnover there for Grove City, so that's a good start for Central Crossing. If they can get this down to 6 or 8 points in this quarter, they're going to like their chances because that momentum can swing very quickly. And again, with both these teams, you know, neither one of them is a district title contender, so it's not like, you know, one's just way more dominant than the other. If Central Crossing can find a way to get some points and maybe get this game tight, you know, maybe Grove City could buckle a little bit under the pressure, but right now it doesn't look like that.
Well, the hot hand has been in Daniel Fetty's hand. Right now, the score is literally Daniel Fetty 16, Central Crossing 17.
He's on fire. Him and Kevin Gallagher are outscoring the Comets themselves. We'll see if Grove City gets others involved here in the first half, but with the way those guys are shooting, they really don't have to, and I don't blame them.
And a shot that was off the mark by Gilbert, who has 2 points. Gallagher is the second leading scorer for Grove City with 9, and Hutchison follows up with 5 points.
Coach Eric Saxton did not like that shot there by Campton Williams. He just looks at him and goes, why? But the way they're shooting, again, you know, you do question if you are the 4-man there for Grove City, you probably don't want to take that shot, but I like the confidence nonetheless for the junior.
So as the Comets look to set up their offense here,
Central Crossing just looks very uncomfortable. And that's credit to Grove City's defense because, like I mentioned, they're just kind of clamping down, forcing Central Crossing to make outside shots, and they're just proving they can't do it so far.
That definitely wasn't the shot that they were looking for. I'm positive that Bridges didn't like that shot.
Graydon Hutchison getting inside. He's a good guard, can get to his spots, can make shots. Very efficient, you know, doesn't try to do too much, stays within his strengths. And, you know, when you have 2 guys that are scoring at the clip that Fetty and Gallagher are, when you have complementary role players that can get you buckets like that, it really helps your chances. For Central Crossing, they're kind of the opposite. They're a one-man team so far. Sean McGee had every field goal but 1 there in the first half, and it looks like he's going to be the only guy that can do it for them with the way they're shooting the ball right now.
As Coleman goes in strong to add another 2 to his already 2 points, as he has 4 points now. I want to see a little bit more out of Alcantara. I haven't really seen him take any shots just yet.
Yeah, he's a guy on this team this year, kind of fills a role as, you know, a facilitator, plays tight defense on the perimeter, but he is capable of scoring, and if they can get a boost from him in the scoring department, that's really going to help them.
As he has the ball coming up the court, looking to set up some type of offense. Coming with another shot, and that was going to be blocked. It's a block party here in Grove City.
Craig Gilbert, again, with that 6'7" length. The sophomore can cover some ground defensively. He can switch out on the guards like we saw there. He's a disruptor. This team they're very balanced, and again, they're young. And there's Sean McGee slice into the hole. He can do that. You know, when he goes right, he can finish at a high level. And again, if I'm Grove City, and we've seen it many times in this game, I'm sending 2-3 guys at Sean McGee. I'm forcing the rest of these guys to prove to me that they can beat me. And so far tonight, we haven't seen that because Sean McGee's got, you know, 5 of these 7 field goals for Central Crossing starting off, leading all scorers again for the Comets with 12 points. They need someone else to step up, but they are down 13. They trimmed the lead a little bit. You know, going down 17-0 is never what you want, but they are trying to fight back here. But I've liked the composure of Grove City and their poise.
A quick 3-point shot is off the mark, but the hustle points is going to gain you a lot more than that air ball. As they're going to head to the line for, it's going to be Daniel Fetty once again for 2 more shots.
Again, that's just a lack of a box out there. Grove City just wants this game more right now. Sean McGee's playing hard, but other than that, like, I'm just not seeing a whole lot of like want out of the Central Crossing team. These guys have got punched in the mouth, and for some of them, it looks like they're satisfied with being punched in the mouth. And again, this is a program that's not used to winning, so this is somewhat normal for them, but I would like to see them fight back a little harder and see if they can try and cut this lead down.
Punch in the mouth and bleeding like Brady. Tom Brady from the weekend had a lot of blood on his lips. Now you see Tom's at home. But that's a whole entire another subject. We're going to stay focused on Central Crossing trying to cut back into this lead as they're down by 15 right now. Definitely in need of a spark from someone other than Sean McGee, who had a fabulous up and under shot on the last possession. As he gets the ball in the paint, block, but a great putback by Luke White once again. Cutting into this lead ever so slightly.
And every time Central Crossing's got it down to 13, it seems like Grove City struck back with a hustle play, you know, a second chance opportunity. That's the third foul for Alcantara. They need him in this game because they really don't have another ball handler that can take some pressure off McGee with the way he's able to facilitate, distribute, get others involved. He cannot pick up another one. If he gets a fourth foul, it's going to be tough sledding for them because they don't have another guy off the bench that they can bring in to handle the ball.
And you can clearly see a size mismatch. Bridges is clearly as he comes up with a huge block right there on White. Bridges is about the biggest guy that they have on the court. The physicality that the Grove City Greyhounds are presenting right now isn't much, but it's just enough. And obviously they're winning on the boards right now. Another quick shot, that time by Gallagher, is going to be off the mark as McGee comes back up court. Puts on the brakes. That's going to be a three-point foul.
Here's a chance for them to cut it to 10. If they can get this game down to 6 or 7 points, they're going to like their chances going forward, because how many games have you seen this year where an opposing team has a student section that size? You usually don't get this type of advantage from your crowd in a game like that. So if they can trim this lead, Sean McGee's been a little iffy at the free throw line this year, so they need him to be solid here. He's a kid, works really hard. In their game against against Tays Valley, struggled at the free throw line to start the game, struggled throughout that game, was not satisfied with that. Came in right after the game, literally stayed in the gym for at least an hour and put free throws up. So he's a kid who's obsessed with getting better. We'll see if that work will pay off here, because if he can knock these down, they cut this lead to 10, and it makes this game a little more interesting than it has been most of the night.
As McGee goes to the free throw line, as you stated, the extra practice, the long hours, being able to do the little things. As he misses the first free throw, the little things add up. In pressures times like this, you have to be able to dig down deep within yourself to somehow figure out a way to lead your team. He's the clear leader on this team. Second free throw good. One more attempt by McGee. Said they get it close to 13. Lead just squanders right back. The second free throw is good.
And we got an 11-point advantage here for Grove City. The closest it's been since that 11-0 run for the Greyhounds to start the game. If they can get a stop, get some more points, again, they can trim this lead. It's a very long game. We have, over 11 minutes left. Overall, we got 3:30 left here in the third quarter, and Grove City's been, a little not as hot as they were in the first half. We'll see if they can change that here.
Definitely want to keep the ball out of the hands of that guy right there, Gallagher. And it's going to be a travel. Thought it was going to be a foul. The referee's seen something different. Blew the whistle and said it was going to be travel. Ball back in the hands of the Comets.
All right, again, here's an opportunity. They can get it to single digits. The last time they had this opportunity, they turned it over before they even really had a chance to set a play up. So they can get something good here. They can cut this to maybe 9 or 8 points, which, again, makes this game a heck of a lot more interesting than it has been literally since the opening 2 minutes of the contest.
You have Alcantara bringing the ball up. Passes over to Bridges. Looking around, trying to figure out who to set up.
That's a fourth foul in Alcantara there, setting the illegal screen. he's going to have to come out. And again, he hasn't scored tonight, but he's had a good impact with the way he's defended on the perimeter and how he's been able to handle some pressure there. So that's a tough blow for Central Crossing. And Joey Taylor comes back in. He's their other guard, and he has 3 fouls himself. So Comets struggling here a little bit with some foul trouble.
Not the shot that he wanted, but he's going to go to the line for 3 more. Is going to be Mr. Hutchison. McGee was looking disbelief. Another foul. He had his chance of 3 points from the free throw line before. I was going to see if Hutchison can knock down all 3 here.
And once again, I mean, it's what we've seen this entire game. Central Crossing has trimmed the lead a little bit. They get themselves in a position where they can, make a run to make this game a different type of atmosphere. And it's the unforced errors. It's the illegal screens. It's throwing the ball away, turning it over, taking bad shots. And then they, foul a 3-point shooter. Those are just things you cannot do if you want to win these type of games. You cannot have mistakes like that. And time's running up on them. Again, when they've given up more than 45 points this year, they have not been very successful. They've only won maybe 1 or 2 of those games throughout the season. They've been most successful when they've held teams below that 46-point threshold. It's going to be tough to hold Grove City to only, 9 points the rest of the way, but they'll have a chance to do it.
Well, as Hutchison goes 1 for 3 from the free throw line, another foul is going to be called on the floor. Ball's back into the hands of the Comets.
And with this lineup right now, Central Crossing's only got 1 ball handler on the floor, so we'll see if Grove City can pressure them. If they can get the ball out of Sean McGee's hands, that's going to be their best type of defensive matchup here. And Central Crossing nearly turns it over again. But when you just watch this team, if McGee doesn't have it and Alcantara's not on the floor, they really don't have another guy that, when he has the ball, looks comfortable. And that's been their biggest problem this season, is being able to find offense outside of McGee, because he can do it for you, but smart teams, they adjust to that. They'll send multiple defenders to get the ball out of his hands and force other guys to beat him.
Well, finally, somebody is stepping up besides Bridges and, of course, McGee, as Joey Taylor goes to the line for a first attempt. It's going to be up and it's no good. But still, I liked what I saw out of Joey Taylor just on that possession right there. For the first time, he's taken a shot, and not only did he get 1 shot, he went up for 2, and he's earned himself a chance at the free throw line here. Second attempt is good.
Back to 11 points. We'll see if Central Crossing can change something here, because throughout this entire game, when they have gotten to this 11-point, spark right here, they have struggled to convert. So I think Grove City is going to go to Fetty, who's got the ball right now, driving to the basket. That's a turnover. Another unforced error for Grove City as well. You had the travel in the last possession, or 2 possessions ago. Then you had Fetty, with the double dribble there. So roles were reversing a little bit. The Grove City's been a little more sloppy with the ball this quarter, and it kind of felt like, I don't know if you noticed this, but it looked like Grove City got a little comfortable there in the third quarter. Kind of looked like they thought they were just going to continue to roll in this game. One thing is different about Central Crossing. While they're still, struggling to score like they did last year, they're competing at a much higher level. They've won 6 of their 7 games by digits, but they've only lost 4 or 5 by double digits. So they have competed, and they've been in most games they've played in this season.
Well, as the Comets are on a 9-5 run here in the third quarter, Grove City has only put up 5 points here. Can the Comets capitalize on the mistakes that Grove City has come out in this third quarter? Another 3-point shot is up, and it's good by Luke White.
It's a big shot. Central Crossing needed that, and it's an 8-point game. Like I said, if they can get it to 7 or 9, it makes this game entirely different, because they have a pretty sizable student section here, and Grove City's students have gotten a little quiet here in the third quarter. They were on fire to start this game, as was their offense, but that's changed.
Ball is going to stay on this side of the court with Grove City.
We got 1:31 to go. Grove City leading 37-29. It's been a great third quarter for Central Crossing. With the way this game started, going down 17-0, a lot of teams could have laid down and died and just, been okay with losing by 20 or 30 points. That hasn't been the case, but Grove City struck back every single time.
And that's going to be Graydon Hutchison for 3 as they dive down deep, and Bridges answers right back with a 2-pointer of his own. We got a battle going on right now, people, as McGee strips the ball away. 1-on-2 up court. McGee hard to the basket. It's going to be a hard foul by Campton Williams. left shot, right shot. Battle back comments right now.
And that's Isaiah Bridges on the last possession. That's his first bucket of the game. Like I said in the pregame, when he's rolling, this team is rolling. He's had a better third quarter in his overall impact. If he can continue to assert himself in this game, and that's Campton Williams' third foul too, by the way. He's a physical presence that Grove City would rather have him on Isaiah Bridges as opposed to Craig Gilbert. If Williams has to come out of this game and it doesn't look like they're going to take him out, that would be a big blow for Grove City. But again, Central Crossing, they got to make the free throws, and it starts with Sean McGee.
Every possession counts at this point. You're down 8. Far from out of this game is the Comets as they battle back to get a step closer as McGee knocks down the second free throw to cut this lead to a 7-point lead.
Sean McGee with 15 points here, just over a minute to go in the third quarter. Comets down 7, 39-32. It's been a good quarter for Central Crossing. Their students are live, but they got to stop Daniel Fetty, and they haven't done that tonight, and he drives down the lane once again. Another bucket for the junior who's been terrific tonight.
Somebody has to stop Fetty. Surprised I haven't seen McGee switch on to Fetty more. Usually you want your one-on-ones with your highest, your best players on the court. As McGee turns the ball over, just couldn't handle that pass. It's a little outside from Coleman.
Unforced errors, that's been the name of the game for Central Crossing tonight. Anytime they've put themselves in a position to change this game, they've just given the ball right back, and that's not a winning formula. Good teams don't do that.
About 30 seconds left in this quarter. Grove City's up 41-32 as they look to get back on the board. They haven't scored much here in this third quarter. Only putting up 9 points here in the third quarter. A drive up under. It's going to be off the mark.
Got to give it up to a guard.
Luke White's driving quickly to the lane, and it's going to be blocked. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. You hear the fans of Grove City excited, loud, cheering on their team as they go into the fourth quarter.
It's a missed opportunity by Central Crossing. You got to get the ball to Sean McGee there. It's the last possession. Again, I don't know why Bridges is rebounding and trying to push the tempo. Get the board, push it to a guard. You're not a guard. You got to give the ball up, give it to your best playmakers, because Luke White going to the basket, he's capable of making that play, but you would rather have the ball in Sean McGee's hands right there. Central Crossing goes into the fourth quarter trailing 41-32. Grove City was cold in the third, but we'll see if they can get hot again like they were in the first half.
And with that, we're going to step aside really quick here. Continue to watch here on the Score on Air Network. And we're back for the final quarter here at Grove City High School, where it's the Greyhounds on top of the Comets 41-32. The Comets fought back as they only allowed 9 points in the third quarter by the hometown Grove City Greyhounds.
First possession is critical here for Central Crossing. You got to start the ball off hot.
Wide open shot by White. It's going to be off the mark. And once again, Grove City's going to control the rebound. Somebody has to box out at some point to get the offensive rebound to give them the second chance opportunity.
This is what you like here for Central Crossing. McGee in transition. He can score, he can make plays as well, but there's another turnover for Central Crossing.
Bridges just didn't seem like he was ready. Probably was looking for McGee to continue to get the quick layup. Turnovers definitely won't get you back into the game. Each possession is going to be critical as 7-10 already here in the fourth quarter. I think it's going to be off the hands of Bridges. It's going to stay with Grove City. Want to see him get low, box out, sit down, get on that low pedestal, get him out of the paint. You got to get Craig Gilbert out of the paint in order to get your team in possession.
And Bridges at 6'6", he's got 1 rebound tonight. He's got to use his body and use his size. Because if he doesn't, I mean, Central Crossing really struggles because he's their only big man.
This battle's going to be won in the paint. It's definitely going to come down to second chance opportunities, not giving the other team any type of leeway. If the Comets continue to fight back the way they came out in the third quarter, the Greyhounds are going to be in for one heck of a time here in the fourth quarter. Three-point shot is off, no foul called. Quickly up the court, here comes Loring.
See if Central takes care of the ball, because every time they've gotten in this position tonight, they seem to turn it over, make a mistake. We'll see if something can be different here.
It's going to be an offensive foul. Took care of the ball, just didn't handle it the correct way. Great defense there by the Greyhounds.
Grove City's team defense has been outstanding tonight. Everyone's stepping in, doing the extra job. Kevin Gallagher slides over, takes the charge. Again, a play like that for a sophomore. He's a mature player. I've been really impressed with him tonight. He's made a lot of big-time plays for this team. And they've just it's been a well-rounded effort for the Greyhounds tonight. They've been really impressive.
41-32 here in Grove City. Greyhounds looking to get back on that hot streak of sorts. They've definitely fizzled out coming out of halftime. Can they close out here in the fourth quarter? Ball back in the hands of Fetty. Haven't seen Fetty take too many shots as he drives in quickly. Just as I said it.
He's been killing tonight. He's been the best player on the floor with his ability to score the ball. In the first half, we saw with his three-point shot. This half, he's been putting the ball on the deck and getting to the rim and scoring.
And yet another turnover by Mr. McGee. Shuffled those feet one too many times. Got into the paint, ran into a wall. Zach Combs was standing there waiting. Turnover, back in the hands of the Greyhounds.
Daniel Fetty's been terrific, as we just spoke about in the last possession. He's got 22 points tonight for the Greyhounds. He's just been everywhere. I mean, his impact has been terrific, and he's been very efficient, too. He hasn't missed many shots.
Definitely haven't missed any shots. He's stacking the stat sheet on both ends of the court, playing defense, playing offense, being a team leader. It's definitely what you want to see if you're a coach. Greyhounds up by 11 right now.
4:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. Without the shot clock, Grove City's going to opt to take these longer possessions. I don't blame them. And they take a timeout here. 4:36 to go. Grove City leads Central Crossing 43-32 here in the battle of the Southwest side at Grove City High School.
Here you see Fetty setting up the defense. Drove straight to the paint. McGee was standing there waiting, but it was a little bit too much by Mr. Fetty. Said it's Fetty time. Trying to put him away. Let's put the women and children to bed and go home looking for dinner. Can Fetty lead this team to a victory, being up by 11 here in the fourth quarter? What are the Comets need to do to come out of this timeout? One, we already know that he needs to stop Fetty. Need to stop Gallagher. But what else can they do to get back on this offensive boards? We need to see more out of McGee. Need to see Bridges get more assertive on the glass. But something has to change if they want to come up with a victory here.
They just got to get bodies on bodies. They got to get those rebounds, because if you're going to give up offensive rebounds, you're going to have a really, really tough night. That's been the case for them so far, because even when, Grove City struggled in the third quarter, they still got a handful of second chance opportunities. And this is a team that can make shots, so they're going to take advantage of those opportunities. They didn't really capitalize on them in the third quarter, but they can do it in the fourth here. And, leading by 11 with 4:36 to go, they're real close to that threshold again. If they can get to 47 points, I like their chances. That's a limit that Central Crossing gives that up. They struggle to win games, and that's been the case once again tonight.
Here we go again. Ball back into the hands of Fetty. He's leading this offense, leading the game to 22 points. Another drive by Fetty, brings the ball around, no hurry to set up any offense. Milking this clock out, smart possession, smart play calling. Big man move in the paint. It's going to be Campton Williams with the strong man finish. Somebody has to play big, and Campton Williams said, I'll take it. And that's going to head to the free throw line for one more.
That was a strong finish. He took the contact, threw it up off the glass, got it to fall, and here he is at the free throw line. That's a big bucket for Grove City. Stretches this lead to 13 points with just over 4 minutes to go. And that's Williams' first bucket on the night as well, so he gets in the scoring column for the Greyhounds.
It's going to be a foul on the floor. It's going to be an offensive foul. Ball back into the hands of the Comets, who's down by 13 right now. Desperately in need of a basket right now. With just about 4 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Every possession is going to start to count. It's been a tight game, or lack thereof, as the Greyhounds have been leading from the jump as they jumped out to an early 11-point lead. The Comets have been battling back. Second half has been a lot better than the first half for the Comets. They have to continue to fight back. Adversity struck them early.
They got less than 4 minutes to do it. It starts with this possession. Like you said earlier, they got to value each possession. When you are trailing like this, you just got to keep chopping wood because you can't get it all back at once.
Great rebound there. First rebound we've seen. Taylor with the shot. That one's going to be off. Another rebound. Finally, the rebound monsters are coming alive for the Comets. As Alcantara sets the play up. Desperately in need of a basket here. They cannot let this possession go by without them getting some kind of points on the board. Hear the fans chanting for defense. Greyhounds are definitely backing it up. Bridges looking for something, and there's that defense.
Again,
that's Fetty, strips it away.
Too many dribbles. That's just not his game, and he's played out of character tonight from what I saw earlier this year. Because when they beat Bishop Ready, and Bishop Ready is going to be one of the best Division III teams in the state of Ohio, they're going to be a district title contender. And Central Crossing beat them the third game of the season with the same guys that are on this court. They didn't have Chance Woods for that game. Like tonight, in that game against Reedy, Bridges was impactful. He really dominated on the interior. He used his size, he used his body. Haven't seen that tonight. He's been trying to handle the ball, play out on the wing a little bit. That's just not his game, and he's really struggled because of it. And the Comets are down 13, less than 3 minutes to go. 45-32 with Grove City taking over possession.
Still at that 13 mark. You said they get to 13, they just can't seem to push forward, and they've been stuck here for a second. Starting off the fourth quarter, they have not had any baskets. Defense is stifling right now. But Grove City is definitely handling as they're moving the ball around. Ball back in the hands of Fetty up top. Double team, finally found an opening. And there's the open shot by Holstrom. It's going to be a timeout.
Grove City back up 15, leading 47-32, 2:09 to go. It's getting real late for Central Crossing. Very, very difficult chance to get back in this game, because in order to do that, if they were to win this game, they'd have to go on a 16-0 run from this point, which would be half of what they've scored in 27 or 29 minutes of action. So it's going to be very difficult for them. But never say never. Anything can happen. But Grove City has just been so solid tonight. And when you don't have a shot clock either, it just makes it really difficult, because teams like Grove City, they can pull the ball out, run that stall offense, and take a lot of time off the clock.
It's definitely been a great game here at Grove City. Score on there has definitely been entertained. Hopefully you watching at home has been entertained as well. And on the inbounds play, we have a quick foul. That one's going to be on Holstrom. Look like Grove City is in the penalty.
Some scores from around the area. Upper Arlington took down Chillicothe tonight, 69-47. Quinn Corner with 29 points in the victory for the Golden Bears, who improved to, I think, 13-4 on the year. Here's Alcantara at the free throw line for a chance to get in the scoring column.
And McGee with the big rebound, but the defensive block party is still going down here. Welcome to my block party, as they say.
Across town, you got Whetstone picking up the win over Mifflin, 44-40. In the OCC, there's quite a few games going on across different divisions. Delaware Hayes is taking on Westerville North tonight. 2:44 to go. Delaware Hayes is leading Westerville North 51-48. Jesse Burris is a sophomore for Delaware Hayes, 6'5". Absolute stud for Delaware Hayes. And the crazy thing about that is Hayes is leading by 3 tonight. In the first matchup against Westerville North, they lost by 40. So
wow.
That shows the improvement, just in a couple weeks for Delaware Hayes, because they are a team led by mostly sophomores.
Rebound by Bridges, taking it back up. Where has that been the whole entire game? That's definitely probably one of the reasons why they're down right now. Those second chance opportunities that Grove City started off the game with, they missed a few shots, but then they got it right back, whether it was on a turnover or whether it was on a rebound. The Comets definitely gave many points away on the second chance opportunities.
Between
and
that
here at the free throw
line, they've been awful, honestly, just to be straightforward. They've had very few trips tonight where they've made both, let alone one out of the two. So when you give away second chance opportunities, you don't make your free throws, you turn the ball over more than the number of assists you get, you're going to have a really tough time winning, and that's been the case tonight. And the Comets are going to fall to 7-8 on the year. Grove City's going to improve to 8-9, and a couple crazy stats here too this year is something was going to have to give tonight. Coming into this game, Central Crossing was 3-0 against Southwest side, West Side type teams. Grove City was 2-1, and another stat I found on Tuesday night games, Central Crossing was 3-2, where Grove City was 2-3. So they're going to go even in both of those stats tonight if Central Crossing can't miraculously come back here in the last minute, 25 seconds.
Yet another defensive stop by the Comets. Very impressed by those stats that you're throwing out there, Zach. As the Greyhounds bring the balls back up, it's going to be another foul. This time they're going to head to the line. And who else? This time it's going to be Gallagher headed to the line. Looking to ice this game and put it away. It's 1:10 left here in the fourth quarter.
I've been really impressed, again, with Grove City's guards. These guys have all played a great game, and even the bigs as well. Like Craig Gilbert only has 2 points tonight, but he's been so impactful with his ability to lock down the glass. He's blocked a handful of shots and just made it really uncomfortable for Central Crossing there on the interior. And again, for Grove City, all these guys are non-seniors, so they're getting everybody back. This is going to be a team that's going to be, improved next year. They may fly under the radar this year. They'll be right around 500 heading into the district tournament. But going into next year, bringing back all of that experience, it's going to make them a tough, pesky, senior-laden group where they could be a lot like Dublin Jerome is this year, where Jerome was young last year, struggled to really put it together. Now they're 11-4, leading the OCC. So maybe Grove City could have a similar season. But again, for Southwestern City School teams, Daniel Fetty, why not? Why not? He's had an amazing game, and Sean McGee goes down with an injury there. You hope it's not serious because he is the lifeblood for the Central Crossing team. But going back to Southwestern City Schools in the OCC, all the teams in this district, the divisions they're in the OCC, they're at a disadvantage. You look at Central Crossing's league, they're in a league with Pickerington Central, Newark, Reynoldsburg, Groveport, Lancaster. They have no business playing those schools and traveling that far for every single league game. They got to play Pick Central in football. They got to play those schools in basketball. And these schools just really struggle. You look at Grove City, even their division as well. Gahanna, Pickerington North, Westerville Central, New Albany. and Westland's in that league as well. So Westland's even at a bigger disadvantage than Grove City, and they're in that division. Franklin Heights is the only team that's in a division where I feel they can compete in the OCC Capital. But I would like to see, I don't know if it'll ever happen, but if all 4 of these teams could be in the same division. This game right here, this should happen twice a year. These teams should be in the same division. They're 10 minutes apart. It brings out a great crowd like this, because when you have these divisions where there's no regional rivalries, what reason would you have if you're a Pickerington Central fan or a Newark fan to go watch your team play Central Crossing? You don't know where Central Crossing is. You know nothing about those teams. When you have those regional rivalries, it just creates way more intrigue, and we've seen that this year with these games in the Southwestern City Schools. Like last week, Franklin Heights beating Grove City by 21. Franklin Heights beat Westland by 33. Franklin Heights took Central Crossing to overtime. It's like you got a different Franklin Heights team every single time they played a Southwestern City School squad versus another team. So I would love for the OCC to do something, or even these schools. It may sound crazy, but join an independent league, because right now they're just really struggling in the OCC. These kids don't get to really play for anything important, and that's why I want to kind of change things on the west side. Next year, we want to do a West Side Classic and get these teams all in the same tournament competing for something more than just, an individual non-conference game in January. We want to create something better than that, because these kids deserve it, and the district's made it tough for athletics. Our middle school system is not built for success at the high school level. Kids go to different high schools. My wife teaches at a middle school in this district. Half of her kids go to Westland, the other half go to Central Crossing. So that by the time they get to high school, you're playing with guys you never met before. When I was a freshman at Central Crossing on our baseball team, I played with one guy that I'd played with before. Where you go to other schools like Pickerington, like Upper Arlington, like the Dublin schools, the Hilliard schools, they get to play together in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grade. But Grove City tonight, great community. They get the win, 51-33. The Greyhounds improved to 8-9. Central Crossing falls to 7-8, and this is a great win for Grove City, starting off 17-0. The Greyhounds they're rising, they're getting better, and I think we saw that. They lost the tough game to Franklin Heights last Tuesday. They bounced back immediately. They beat New Albany. That's a big win for them. We had New Albany in our top 10 last week, so 2 impressive wins for the Greyhounds, in a span of 5 or 6 days. So we'll see if they can keep that momentum rolling and continue to win big games.
Huge win for Grove City, and as the fans storm the court, the cop tried his best to stop the storming of the court. Security just couldn't prevail. One against a lot of students, and they deserve to be able to celebrate this huge win.
They deserve it too. I love to see this, with the season that kids had last year, not being able to have fans and students, to have Baron McKnight crowd surfing right now. This is cool. He looks like a combination between early 2000s Eminem and Backstreet Boys. So I'm happy for him and happy for this team as well. These kids deserve it. These fans deserve it. And it's good for the district too. Southwestern State Schools, we've struggled in athletics for the last several years, so it's good to have a packed house like this. Wasn't great for Central Crossing with the outcome, but for Grove City, you got to love how this game played tonight. They led from start to finish, and never really trailed at any point. There's never really any doubt either. So great win for Grove City, and they look to improve and get back to 500 with their next game.
Well, with that being said, 51-33, the Grove City Greyhounds getting the win. Zach, it's been a pleasure calling with you tonight, and that's going to conclude the game here at Grove City once again, 51-33 with the Greyhounds taking the win. I'm Will Ward with the Squirrel on Air Network.